Hello everyone. Before I start the timer, because obviously this is a 2020, my first ever, so apologies if I get left behind. Great to see Miss Moneypenny appearing on that one. Hang on, we haven't started. I'm just making my introductions. Sorry guys. Okay, I'll crack on with it. You're probably wondering, what the hell's this guy up to? It says SEO Titties in the agenda, and here we are with James Bond, or 007 on the screen. What are SEO Titties? My tools, tips, and techniques. And that's why James Bond's obvious, because he's a man with some gadgets. So let's crack on. Why 007? Because Bond knows more about titties than anyone else. Just think how many tools and techniques Mr. Bond uses during a mission. He always succeeds, because he always reaches his objectives. Think about or remember this Bond calculation. 007 minus 7 plus O, 0000. It's all about objectives. Define them, understand them, think about them, deliver them. Not all objectives are appealing to SEOs. Now, this time last year, we were asked to increase market share in Hitwise for Find a Property. Google had just launched skippable ads on YouTube, and we recognized that they were serving pop unders for each ad impression. So we ran a skippable ad campaign, and it gamed Hitwise, essentially. So we got loads of impressions and market share without any cost of click. Some objectives are appealing. We did a similar thing when we were asked to build brand awareness. We ran a click-to-play TV campaign using TubeMogul. Basically got 22 million impressions for £12,000, so that was pretty good. So you've got your objectives. You need to plan. I can't define your strategy or planning here. I've only got 20 seconds. Search is a creative industry, though. You are creative people, inquisitive as well. Craving to develop, test, and tinker with new tools and ideas. It's your creativity which makes the difference. Make sure you plan hard. Then comes the hard part, as you've just heard, sign-off. Getting sign-off is probably the most important, whether it's for a client or an internal project. Even Bond needs to get its M's approval on these things. So know your audience. Who are you delivering to? If it's the marketing director, brand uplift metrics, campaign messaging, engagement, those sorts of things. So where do you begin with all this? You need to make your website first. Findable, indexable, rankable, sustainable, and trackable. It's an acronym from my colleague, Dr. David Sewell, who I work with, and it forms the foundation for many of our SEO plans. It's a good starting point, and bear it in mind whenever you're doing SEO. You need to know and understand your keywords as well. So here's a collection of keyword tools, the first tools. The top one, Keyword Eye, that's quite useful to hand out to your PR, editorial kind of teams if you can. It's quick and easy, a bit dirty. Google Suggest is really good. Richard Baxter's SEO Gadget, brilliant tool for Excel. And PPC, that's the best one. I should have done that first. PPC is the best way to get the real insights. Know everything about your site. Now for this, you need to understand its core purpose, but run a full crawl of the site. Understand its architecture, content, the link structures, server performance, everything. It's all important to SEO. I use Symmetrical's Deep Crawl for this, and we'll come on to that in a bit more detail. There's others like Screaming Frog. Automation is key in enterprise SEO. You've got to make your lives easy. That's why I use the Symmetrical Deep Crawl tool. It allows me to automate crawls, so I haven't got to spend time doing stuff. I just got to dig into the data. I can compare latest crawl data against an archive of previous crawls, so you can see what's changed and flipped in context structures or tags. Don't just crawl, or don't just scan through your site. You've got to Xray it. Take the time to dig deep. Identify new optimization opportunities. Pick up and deliver the quick wins to prove SEO value to your marketing director or CFO, whilst working on the bigger, meatier stuff in the background. Then make sure what you deliver is actually being indexed. There's no point in doing any of this if it's not being picked up. We recently noticed that Google wasn't returning instant previews in the SERPs, so for Find a Property pages. After a little digging, David, my colleague, found that Googlebot was having the time of its life crawling our site, but the Google Web Preview user agent was completely blocked. Therefore, we had no previews. Monitor site performance. If your site's not performing, it's not going to rank well. Look for inconsistencies in peak traffic times. Again, using the real-time reports now available on Google Analytics, we spotted a series of systematic performance issues occurring at peak times. There was a caching issue on the server. It wasn't until we spotted it and infrastructure fixed it, got back up to speed. Monitor your website uptime. This is hugely important. Any unscheduled downtimes means a loss of revenue. Work closely with your infrastructure teams. Make sure they keep you up to the speed of what's going on. Switch off paid channels if there's any scheduled downtime. Watch the competition, hugely important as well. Crawl their sites, understand what they're doing, what's their URL structure. It doesn't mean you have to base your stuff on it, but it's good to see what they're doing and do it regularly. Be alert to any of their downtime. It's a really good time to bid on brand. Also review their organic performance, see where you fit. Don't get hung up on rankings though. Despite securing top organic rankings for position 1 and 2, let's say, for some keywords, it's actually position 2 which can deliver a better traffic volumes if the call to action is right. So don't lose sight of the basics. Monitor and tweak your titles and descriptions. They're your window in the search. They're your opportunity. Build links, sweeping statement. Review what link equity you have already. Identify the viable reconfiguration targets. What the easy wins. But make your site link-worthy. That's the creative part again. Offer something back. So we give estate agents logos so they can associate their brands with our brands, and we get loads of links in that way. Know your audience. Hugely important. It's essential that you understand your audience and how to speak to them. Speak to the marketing team, get their input, who they think it is, but research everything online. There's some good resources here. Obviously, Google Analytics, Hitwise, very useful. But social media, the Facebook Insights and Ad Creator tool, those types of things give you really good data. Oh, I've missed one. Oh, no, we've lost slide 19. What was it about? Engage with them, of course. Social media. I haven't got a lot of time to cover off social media in 20 seconds. But this read the advice of Will Reynolds, absolutely amazing creative piece about link building using social media and your link data. And finally, build a team. Just get on and do it, you know. Whether you're in-house or agency side, building and maintaining a good team is what it's all about. Collaborate. That's where the creativity comes in. Recruit an experienced core central search team and train up advocates within the other departments, within product, within marketing. Oh, there we go.
Fantastic. Cheers, Tony.